What's up, weirdos? Welcome to Just Weird Stories. I'm Kwiku.
I'm Kaden, and this episode we're going to be talking about my weirdest story. So, about a couple years back when we moved in with my stepdad, we bought a new house toward Morgan County. It was in the middle of nowhere, to be honest. And once we moved in, about a week after we moved in, my stepsister Mavis, she's about 5 years old, she said that she started seeing like a dark figure, like a tall dark figure, like a shadow. And my mom had started having dreams about it.
Like, what kind of dreams? Like nightmare dreams? Like,
yeah, like nightmares. She'd go to sleep at night, and then wake up the next morning and then say that she had a dream about a dark figure or whatever. And then my stepsister Mavis would be crying in her bedroom because she's seen like a dark figure walking in the house at night. And she said they'd come in her room and look at her and stuff. I don't know. It's weird. But so the night after that, after we like had come together and talked about the weird stuff that was going on in the house, we couldn't find Mavis. She wasn't in the house. We couldn't find her nowhere. We were looking outside, looking in the house. She was nowhere to be found. And then we go back in her room, and then we check her closet, and I go to look under her bed, and she's sleeping under her bed.
and she was sleeping on the bed when you put her to sleep, right?
Yes. She was sleeping, like, I brought her from the couch because she fell asleep on the couch while we were all watching a movie. And we walked in there, she just wasn't in there. So we started looking for her, and it turns out she was under her bed. So I took her from out from underneath her bed and put her back on her bed. And the next morning, when we all woke up again, she knew the passwords to everything. And keep in mind, she can't even read. So she knew the alarm password. She knew how to type on the computer, my mom's computer password. She knew the passwords to everything. And she just kept crying and kept saying that she kept seeing this dark shadow thing. So we all went to sleep again that night, and we just heard like weird noises coming from the kitchen and stuff. And we go in there, and the Alexas are playing. Y'all know what Alexas are?
Yeah.
The Alexa.
Was anybody downstairs?
No one with the Alexas were unplugged. Like, they were not plugged into an outlet. They were playing just weird noises and stuff, and they weren't even plugged in. And we tried to we're like, Alexa, stop. Wouldn't listen. They were just playing weird noises.
Like weird, eerie noises, like
yeah.
How ghosts make and stuff like that.
It was like a static noise.
Like how like a radio is kind of.
Yeah, like a radio static noise. And then we like unplugged Alexas from like, like the cord.
Yeah.
That's plugged into Alexa. It wasn't plugged into the wall. It was already unplugged, but we take it out of the Alexa, and the Alexa has nothing in it now, and it's still playing. So we break the Alexas because it's messed up or whatever is what we think, and it stopped playing or whatever. And then we walk into the living room, and the TV turns on, and you know how like when you have a bad HDMI or whatever, it puts on that static screen. Mm-hmm. It starts playing a static noise from there. So we thought that was really weird or whatever. So we go to sleep, and then the next morning we had to wake up for school. The weekend was over. We all get in my stepdad's truck to go to school, and as soon as we turn out the driveway, we see a dark figure in the road. And my stepdad slams on the brakes because he didn't know what it was, and it just disappeared. And Mavis said that was the person that she's been seeing or whatever it is, and she started crying and stuff. So
how tall did the person look?
It looked like 10 foot tall, like really tall. It's like tall and slim, like really slim, like a shadow. So then when we got back home from school, Mavis was still crying. About the thing. She kept saying she's seen it at school and seen it everywhere. She keeps seeing it. So once we all get ready for bed and stuff, Mavis disappears again. We can't find her. And we go outside, and she's just sitting in the front yard.
Doing what? Like
just sitting there looking like at nothing. We can't see nothing. She's looking at nothing. She said that she kept seeing it walking around her yard or whatever. So me and my stepbrother assume like it's a person or whatever. So he grabs a shotgun, and we go outside, looking around for it. And we walk around the detached garage, and there it is. It's like standing, towering over us beside the trash cans. And so he shot the shotgun at it, but it was like shooting at air. It was like nothing. It was like a ghost.
Dang. Was that the last time you saw it? Or like?
Yeah, it was the last time we saw it.
I also have a weird story to tell. So one time, my parents, they went out for the weekend, and I was home alone with my dog. And this was like last year, 2 years ago, or something like that. So I was in my room and I was playing on my PlayStation, and out of nowhere, I just hear like this loud thud downstairs, and I'm scared because I'm home alone and my dog is like in the garage. So like,
Was your dog barking at all? Or?
no, she was just quiet. And we have a camera in there, so immediately I think, okay, maybe it's my dog, Ruby, that's her name. Maybe it's my dog that's just like off her leash, because she gets off her leash like pretty frequently. So like, I'm thinking, okay, maybe something fell in the garage and she's off her leash. So I go on my phone with the app to look on the camera, and I see that she's just sleeping. Like, she's on the leash in her cage, and like the cage is open, so she's just sleeping there. So okay, I'm like, okay, maybe somebody's home. So I go upstairs. I'm still upstairs actually. So I go in my sister's room and I look out the window, because the way her room is like, you look out the window and you see the driveway. So I see is nothing there. So okay, so what's happening? So I just brush it off. Maybe something like fell in the kitchen or something.
You were thinking you were like paranoid or something?
Yeah. So next thing, I actually go back to my room and I continue playing. So then like, I'll say like an hour or two later, I hear another thud. Okay, so then.
Did you think it was in your house?
Yeah, I thought at that moment, okay, maybe somebody's in the house and I don't know. So immediately I go and lock my door, because like, I'm paranoid at this moment. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe somebody's coming upstairs, because like,
You're thinking the worst.
yeah, I'm like scared for my life at this moment, because I see that nobody's in the driveway and nobody's inside, because I know I'm home alone. So I'm hearing noises down the door, and next thing I know, I'm still playing and I hear the third thud. Okay, now I know somebody's in the house, because like, there's no way nobody's in here and there's no cars in the driveway. So I slowly, this was the dumbest idea, I decided to go downstairs to see who it is. But before I go downstairs, I double check in my sister's room to make sure nobody's home, and yes, nobody's in the driveway. So then I thought, okay, before I go downstairs, let me check on Ruby again. So I look in the camera, she's still asleep, and I go downstairs, but like, I'm like slowly going downstairs. I'm not like running downstairs to like run and see who's down there. So I go downstairs and I look, the lights are off, like how it was before I went upstairs. The lights are off, and I'm thinking, okay, hopefully nobody's in here, just hiding, waiting around the corner. Kitchen, turn all the lights on. Nobody's inside the house. I'm walking my dog around the house, and like, she's off the leash, just chilling. So I'm downstairs with her, and I come back inside after I put her back on the leash. Now, I hear the same noise while I'm downstairs. It's like a loud thud, like somebody's hitting a desk or something. I'm like, okay, let me call my mom and let me call my dad to let them know. And I call my mom, and she says that she's not home. And she's like, okay, just stay in your room. And 911 come to the house, and they're like, nobody's downstairs. And they start knocking on the window, because I heard them. I called her and I said, I hear something. And she also called her neighbor. And so now it's like 911, the police and my neighbor are outside, and everybody's downstairs outside. So at this moment, I'm like, okay, nobody's in there. Well, nobody can be in here. So I go downstairs, and that was really it. Like, I looked through everything, go in my parents' room, go like in the garage to make sure everything's okay, and nothing's there. And that's really it. Like, I was just paranoid that day.
Right? Nah, it's just. Mm-mm.
Well, thank you guys for watching. I want to give a shout out to Silver Sky Woodworking. Thank them for their support, because without them it would be impossible to record this video. Guys, about that.
See you, weirdos.
See you later.